Hello everyone, welcome back to the computer class. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is lesson number 8, operators and function in Visual Basic. So in today's class we are going to study about variables, constants and data types. Let's start with the first topic, variables. Variables are temporary locations in computer's memory where value is stored. The value can be words, numbers, dates and many more. To understand variables, let's take an example. When you go to school, you carry your objects such as books, notebooks, stationery, etc. in your school bag. So, your school bag will act as a container for these objects. You can replace these objects as well as per your timetable. Similarly, variables are like containers that holds value which user gives to the computer. If you want to add two numbers, let's say 5 plus 9, so these numbers will be your variable and they will be stored in the memory till the result is processed. And every time you want to do the calculation, you can give different numbers. So, variables are your containers or they are the memory locations that holds your value temporarily or permanently. Rules for naming variables. But before I tell you the rules, I will tell you why exactly we need to name the variables. Now again, take an example. You have a class of 40 students. Each and every student has the name by which he or she is identified. If students don't have their name, how will a teacher identify the student? The same case happens with the variables. In the computer memory, there are so many variables. But how do we know which variables we are referring to? Therefore, to give a variable an accurate and a perfect name is required. Let's start with the rules. Rule number 1. Variable names must be less than 255 characters. If it will be very long, it will be difficult for us to program. Next is space is not allowed. Example, you can write your name. The word your name is correct. But if you will give the space your and name, then that will be invalid. Rule number 3. It must begin with an alphabet. Example, NUM2. This is correct. But if you will write 2 NUM, that will be wrong. So every time you name a variable, it should start with an alphabet, either capital or small. Rule number 4. Period or a full stop is not allowed. Example, you can write down address. But if you will write down address and a full stop, then that will become invalid. Rule number 5. It must not contain special characters like ampersand, hash sign, exclamation mark. None of these should be there. For example, if you will write address city without any gap, that will be considered as correct. But if you will write address and city where you have put the special character ampersand, so this will become invalid. These are the few rules that we have to consider while giving the names to our variables. Our next topic is constants. Constant stores a value that does not change during the execution of a program. There are few values which we want to keep it permanent. For example, the value of a pi. We don't want to change this value. So instead of writing the value again and again, we can make it as a constant value. Let's see the syntax for constants. The syntax is the way of writing it. Okay. So the syntax is const. We have to use this keyword and after this we have to write down the name of the variable. Let's understand this with an example. const is the keyword that we have to use always. Then we will use the variable name as pi. Pi as single. Now what is single? Single is your data type. Every time you define your variable, you have to show what kind of data type it is. So pi's value is a constant value. Therefore, we are mentioning the pi value as 3.14159. This is how you declare your constant values. Next is your data type. It refers to what kind of data it can hold and how it stores that data. Data types are applied for all values that can be stored in computer memory or participate in the evaluation of an expression. In Visual Basic, we have various types of data types. Number 1, integers, long, single, double, string, date, and boolean. Let's see all these data types in details one by one. First is integer. It is used to store numbers but not decimal values. If you will assign a decimal value, then it will round off. The next is long. It is quite similar to the integer, but its range is high, which means it can store much bigger and higher values as compared to integers. Next is single. It stores floating point numbers, which means it can store decimal values. If the floating point numbers exceed the range of single precision, then it is rounded off the last decimal place. Next is double. It stores decimal values and it is used in scientific calculations. Next is string. It stores alphanumeric values and it can store up to 2 billion characters. Next is date. This data type is used to represent date and time values. Last data type is boolean, which represents data that can have only true and false values. So that's all for today's class. I hope the session was clear to you. See you soon in the next class. Goodbye.